My name is Radio, and as you've read by the title, Bridger Weston has a huge horse gambling problem. Like many of you watching this video, you have probably sunk tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of moolah into getting that special God roll mythic horse. Well, today I come as the bearer of bad news, as you are more likely to win the Euro Millions jackpot than to get this horse. For context, the Euros Million jackpot is one of the largest European lotteries with chances of 1 in 139,838,160 to win their grand prize. And the God roll horse in this game is rarer. Let's break down the math. I have on screen a picture of some of the math that I have done. We want to figure out how many potential horses there are. So to do this, we know that there are 50 data points that a stat can be. This ranges from 0.75 to 1.25. We can do this through 50 times 50 times 50 times 50 times 50 times 50 for each stat. So this gives us 15,625,000,000 as every potential horse that could be. So now we have our total. Let's find out how many horses can meet these requirements. This is 50 times 50, as we don't care about any of the other stats and only care about speed and stamina, as they are the most important. So, 1 in every 2,500 horses have both 1.25 in speed and stam. This gives us the first part to our math, this being 1 in 2,500. The next part of the math is simple. We need to get a mythic horse. This is the most interchangeable and I would be inclined to say most unreliable part of our math, as the Trello does not provide the specific rates of horses. So, thanks to my friend Beyond, we have a large data set of him spending 450,000 moolah on horses. 450,000 divided by 20 gives us 22,500. This is how many rolls that has been done. In 22,500, we have seen 2 mythic horses. So we can estimate that the rate of this is 1 in 11,250. Again, this is an estimation and we don't have the exact rates. So this is the second part. Bear in mind that this makes it so that the chance of just getting a mythic horse with the 1.25 in speed and 1.25 in stamina is roughly 0.000000035%. That's without getting the correct pips in speed and stam. That is already a crazy rate. So to do the final calculation, we just need it so that the mythic pips go both into speed and stamina. So for it to go into speed, this is 1 in 6 or stam, which either one's interchangeable, that's 1 in 6, and then 1 in 5. So this makes 1 in 30. So this creates the final part of our math equation to be 1 in 2,500 times 1 in 11,250 times 1 in 30. This gives us a rough chance of 0.000000118% chance of getting God roll mythic horses. For reference, the Euro Millions is a 0.0000071%. You, the viewer, are more likely to win one of the largest lotteries in Europe than to get this horse. Now, one of my friends posed the question, what would you actually need to do to get the facilities to get this horse? Well, just to meet odds, you would need 16.88 billion moolah, which would mean you need to fish 4.23 million fish up, and at 9 seconds per fish with bait, that is 137.7 years. 137.7 years straight to fishing. And to roll this, you would need 844 million rolls. At 0.7 seconds per roll, that is 18.7 years. So, that is just to get to odds. We can use a different equation to get statistically probable, so it is statistically guaranteed that we then get this equation. This is called complement probability. We use P equals 1 minus brackets 1 minus small p to the power of x. big P is the percentage likelihood of getting it in X number of rolls. P is the odds of rolling it, which we have said, and X is the number of rolls. The equation equals 99.9% equal 1 minus brackets 1 minus 1.185 times 10 to the power of 9 times 10 to the power of minus 9, brackets to the power of x. We get these numbers. So, to get these numbers and to get a 99.9% chance of getting this horse, that is 5.83 billion rolls, which is the equivalent of 116.6 billion moolah. That is 3.33 billion fish. At 9 seconds per fish, this is roughly 950 years of fishing. And at 0.7 seconds per roll, that is 129 years of rolls. That is over 1,000 years of just rolling to get statistically probable that you will get this horse. Might I add that the dupers, which are part of the reason that this game is currently closed at the time of writing and the time of recording this, only had 2.8 billion moolah. They did not have enough money for this Godroll horse, which has been sent in announcements. I know this looks wrong. I know this looks hard to believe. I can't believe it myself either. So with this in mind, when Bridge of Weston comes back up, you may as well just buy the lottery instead of grinding and fishing for that horse, unless you want to be sat there for 950 years. That is all. Thank you very much, guys.